Okay. Beautiful. Feel free to let me know whenever you
Oh,
guys are
it's
ready to.
going. It's going.
Oh, it's going. Okay, right on. Excellent. All right, guys. Anyone want to sum up what happened last time?
Yes, 1 second. Ugh. I have 47,000 notebooks.
You are the most prolific gamers I've ever met. I'm very impressed.
I try my best. I've had to step it down a bit.
Understandable.
My capacity for being a friendly fella has been tested too many times. So I had to step away for a minute. Okay.
I hear you.
Well, last I had, we were trying to decide on whether we were going to go back and get our little dinghy boat or go with into the town with the gentleman we had met.
Yes, and you were at the cult house, and you had eventually went walking. You discovered the secret door in the basement.
Mm.
Erdra had it. The exarch had not, and he was heading back to the altar in town. And you proceeded through the tunnel, and there was that caved in or broken through area where the walls had collapsed.
Mm-hmm.
It turned out there were some critters hiding under the dirt that you ended up fighting and defeating. And you eventually made your way through the tunnel and came to the far end and made your way up onto this bluff here and saw the ship sailing away, in which you believe the friendly folks from that house are, you believe they're on that board that ship. And you had also met the wheel die. Currently, I'll switch layers again for this. You met Bert Bramble,
Yep.
and you
So Burt
remember,
Bramble was here again.
yes, and you remember seeing that whether it's the sap or something else along his bark just had a distinctly orangish brown gem-like appearance that reminded you of hessonite.
Yep. I do have that.
And excellent. And then eventually, Bert Bramble just started looking east after the ship and just went still, standing under that tree. I'll leave him there in case you want to get his attention for anything, but it's almost like he's a normal tree at this point.
Right. So, I think I think we should go back and get that treasure. I can't get it off my mind. I mean, we can't leave it for the next
I
day.
mean, treasure is treasure. I'll take it, no matter what.
Well, that's not what you said last time. Last time I was like, "Oh, there's arms coming out of the walls."
Well, that was a different treasure. I, man, you don't mess with arms coming out walls.
Well, then how else are we supposed to get this treasure? Because that's what we're gonna have to deal with. I think we can
Hmm.
handle it.
Maybe if we chop the arms off the walls.
Maybe we burn them. Let's just burn the walls down. It's just a cave under there, right?
Yeah, maybe. Unless the cave is alive.
Well, there was the mouth on the door.
True.
And the mouth on the door and the cave walls are made of stone.
Damn it.
You saw a few wooden supports here and there, but mostly rock. Now it is afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
The storms had been coming and going, but the sun is sinking towards the Icewind Mountains. So you guys are up on the bluff. It is pretty exposed. You think you can make it back to, if you decide to go back to the cave with the treasure. You think you could push it by the end of the day, maybe, but it would be pretty challenging.
Right, we need to
You may-
eat and rest before then. We should be able to make it back to the cabin before nightfall, right?
Yes, absolutely. And if you head into the tunnel, you'll be away from the exposed elements, and you should be able to make it back to the house, no problem.
Well, what do you say? We go get a rest and a meal in our bellies, and then go grab us some treasures.
Sure.
Brilliant.
Come on, dog, and Zhazh it, huh? Let's go. Burnt Bramble, until we meet again.
Bramble suddenly seems to wake up. He looks at you, his big giant eye turns towards you, blinks almost sleepily. Says, yes, yes, I'll look forward to meeting again. Fare you well. Then he seems to fade into the tree, even though you can still see his form there.
Right. Okay, so I guess we start to making our way back down this perilous path here.
All right. I'm assuming you guys are just going to take your time so you're able to climb off the bluff without incident and eventually make your way back to the tunnel. Few raindrops are falling, but it's nothing big, just a sprinkle. And once you're inside the tunnel, you are well guarded from the elements outside. I'm going to go ahead and just take you back to the lovely mansion. And actually, you would. Get rid of the older ones here. I updated your guys' stats to reflect your gain in level.
Nice.
And you are able to proceed into the basement and then head upstairs, and the place still appears untouched as far as you can tell. You come out of the basement and you end up in the main living area, and you remember the fire was over here in this room on the left with the bearskin rug. You're guessing it's gone out, but who knows? Feel free to give me search checks.
Search. Three.
Hi, Stainer.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Good job, Galdrin. All right,
Mhm.
Galdrin, as you're looking around, you see a couple things where it sticks in your mind that, I seem to remember that rug behind the statue was in a slightly different place when we left and headed down to the basement. It just catches your eye. Stainer, as you're looking around, the first thing that gets you is your nose and your excellent nose for food.
Mm-hmm.
You think that between the time you left and now that you've returned, someone may have cooked something in the kitchen. There's definitely a scent that's not Zmaj gumbo or ogre kebabs or anything you've whipped up lately.
Someone's been in my
So,
kitchen, and I'll storm off in there.
okay. You storm off into the kitchen. and begin looking around with your search check. And definitely someone did some cooking, and you think probably used potatoes, maybe some other root vegetables, rutabagas, something like that. But the pots were cleaned and put back in order. But there's a lingering smell, and your keen nose is sifting through the scents. You're pretty sure they would have cooked with some thyme, maybe some rosemary, although it was probably not the freshest rosemary. The scent is very faint. And you think also there must have been some meat, but it may have been a mixture because it's very tough to pinpoint what type of meat it was. But yes, someone has been in your claimed kitchen.
Someone's been in here cooking mole. I think it's mole. Could be ferret. I don't know, but at least they cleaned up anyhow.
Interesting. I probably wouldn't have noticed.
Well, doesn't seem like anybody's here. Give me a few moments, and I'll get us. I don't know what I have. Dragon. We'll try some more of this dragon.
I'd rather not.
Come on,
I
Calvin,
never
there
go to
was-
bed hungry.
I mean, if you cook it like almost to the point of burnt, maybe it'll be good.
We'll see what I come up with. Anyhow, did you see anything out of place more than what it already was?
Did I see anything out of place?
Just the rug over here directly behind the statue to the left of where Jajaray and Growljaw are.
Just a rug, like someone slept on it, maybe.
Well, did you straighten it back out? I don't want to, have anybody fall and hurt themselves over
Well, yeah.
carelessness. If you're gonna mess up the rug, at least put it back.
Yeah. It's common courtesy.
You hear Growljaw snuffling around in the main room.
Oh, shit. What's he getting into?
Stainer,
in there?
is that you preparing the dragon stew again?
Yes, but I forgot to add my +5.
Okay, that's right. Your
How about
cooking
that?
skills are pretty tremendous. Okay, excellent. Galdrin, despite your misgivings, having known exactly where that stew came from, the smell is pretty darn good. You think you saw Stainer maybe grab some ingredients from the shelves in there, and your mind is telling you one, or just your memory is telling you one thing, and then the other part of your mind, your olfactory senses are saying,
Your mind is
Stay-
telling you no, but your body is telling you so.
there's definitely a delicious wafting odor throughout the kitchen now. Meanwhile, Jajaray is hanging out with Growljaw, nibbling some fruits and vegetables in dried form.
Boring.
Are you going to try some of the stew, Galdrin?
I guess.
This is from the hindquarters, with a little bit of tongue and one of these bits, and I'll pull out like a raw little bit of something. I don't know what it is.
All right, Galdrin, you see him do that. You still going to go ahead?
I raise an eyebrow, but I take a bowl.
Good on you. Good on you, mate. Enjoy.
All right, you have a bowl of Smaj stew gumbo. You gonna take a bite, Galdrin?
I'm gonna risk it.
All right. It is flat out delicious. You do not know how Stainer pulled this off, but anything foul in the meat or even in the fungus he harvested from the Zamage's hide is somehow he worked some magic with those flavors. And everything has integrated well, and it's an excellent gumbo.
I don't see you
You could
puking anywhere. Oh, it's not an
Yeah,
empty
it's,
bowl, I see.
it's fairly good, I am. Not as good as my mama's stew, but nothing beats a good dwarven stew. So,
Well,
dwarven,
don't suppose your
dwarf.
mom had cooked much schmodge either.
No.
Anyhow, here, I'll dial up out another big old splatful.
Okay. Are you gonna try to convince Jaja Ray to come and eat the vegetarian portions of the stew?
Speaking of, I gotta print her character sheet off real quick.
Alvin, it truly has been a long time since you've had that delicious of a meal. So Stainer has definitely done beautifully with this one.
Oh, yes.
Jaja Ray is proceeding over to the front door and hanging out with Growljaw, keeping watch. You can hear the rain on the roof. Pitter pattering seems to be strengthening again. The day is drawing on and the light is beginning to fail. You guys gonna go rekindle the fire or crash in the kitchen?
Probably
I'll go rekindle the fire.
Yeah, probably rekindle the fire and see
Okay.
if they've messed. Well, first I'm gonna take a gander at that rug.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull it back like I'm gonna straighten. I'm gonna pull it back and then straighten it out. Set it back down.
Okay. The disturbance primarily seems to be on this lower right corner here, just behind the statue. You see a scrape of mud across it. Looks like it was probably from someone's boot or shoe. It's difficult. It's not really a full boot print, so you think maybe someone did slip, as was suspected, or it didn't leave a clear print, but you think that just the threads in the rug are probably what took the mud off because you don't see any mud on the wood to either side of it.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe just the scratchy nature of the rug managed to pull some of the last mud off of somebody's boot
Okay.
or shoe.
It could be from anyone.
Desiree is definitely tired. When you get back into the room here and go over to the fireplace,
Uh-huh.
it's the fire is stronger than it should be. And you look and you're pretty sure that, again, between the time you left and came back, someone else put a log or two on there. Not very big ones, but enough that there's now, yeah, the embers are fresher than they should be and hotter.
We were gone for what, a half a day, a full day?
Yeah, about 3/4 of a day, all told.
Hmm.
Jaw could definitely use some shut eye.
Yeah.
Curls up over here. The rain increases and then fades a bit, but evening is setting in
Okay.
behind dark clouds.
With a full belly, I will say my nightlies to old patron of mine and close my eyes.
Okay. You shut your eyes. Galdrin, are you going to head into the fireplace room and hang out with them? Or are you going to
Yes.
stay in the kitchen? Or okay. Are you going to set a watch?
Hmm.
I think I'm tired enough I would not have thought about it.
Okay. Now, does anyone need healing?
Yes.
Okay, I forget. Are you guys out of kindlers? I think someone might have used the last one
Out.
to throw on each. I think you still have scald salt balm. At least some of you do, so you could use that if you want. Or are you just gonna crash and not use any healing magic?
Let me see. I might have one more thing.
Okay. Aldrin, are you out?
No, I'm
You-
good.
Okay. I think you have some scald salt balm left. Just can't remember
Oh.
how much.
So I'm out of the Apex ones, but I have basil, 6 of them.
Oh, okay. Excellent. And yeah, you can absolutely fire off a basal one. If you want to invoke sanctified rehab on yourself.
Sure do.
Okay. Fire away. And the basal will add an additional 1d4 on top of sanctified rehab, which includes your healing mod. And
So -1. Okay.
since you have mend, you also add a d2. You have standard training in mend, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Beneficiary receives 4d4 plus tier.
That's 44 plus 3. Plus a d4 for the basal inscription, plus your healing mod, plus the d2 for your mend skill.
Plus a d4. So 44 plus 3. Plus a d4.
Mm-hmm.
And then plus 1.
Plus your plus your healing mod.
Which is.
And then I believe since you have standard training in mend, you also get that lovely bonus D2.
Okay, so plus d2.
Hopefully this will put you up to full.
Hopefully. All right, so where on my. I'm not seeing my healing.
Oh, your healing mod?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's up under your grit.
Oh, okay, so +4. Oh, dang.
Yeah. Yeah, you have a high brawn plus your tier 3. So yeah, you heal quickly.
So 4d4 plus 3 plus a d4 plus 4 plus a d2.
Yep.
Roll.
Nice.
Dang.
Does that put you full
That definitely puts me at full.
very easily? That was a great roll. All right, you invoke sanctified rehab, and from your scepter, that wonderful ray of healing strikes into you and heals up all your wounds. And then you can crash without thinking about setting a watch. Galdrin, are you thinking of setting a watch, or are you saying peace out as well?
Since I saw the rug around messed with and the kitchen
You saw a Rougarou?
messed with,
That's scary.
not the Rougarou, the rug being messed with, and the kitchen was supposedly messed with. I think I'll set a watch.
Okay. You take first watch. Jajaray is leaning back. Thank you. And sits on this cushion in the corner and leans her head against the wall, props up her glaive so that it's very, very easy to grab, and conks out pretty quickly. Eldrin, you bravely try to stay awake after a very long, hard day, and you are able to do so. A few hours pass. Go ahead and just give me a look check.
Look.
The rain is pretty steady again. Okay.
Nope.
All
I don't
right.
think I'm seeing much of anything.
You're drifting off. The fire's burning low. There's not that much light to see by. You think it's time to wake someone up. You're gonna wake up Jajaray or Stainer?
I think I'll wake up Stainer.
Okay. Stainer, he shakes your shoulder or something.
I roll over and I fart and I push him away from me. 5 more minutes.
That's a note I need to make. Smaj Gumbo produces gas. That's going to be part of Alpengard lore from this
forever.
point. Forever. That is going in. I may have to make a video about that. Smaj Gumbo.
These are
traditional-
some of the traditional or some of the unique recipes created in our system here. A little bit of smudge, some mushroom shavings off the back, a little bit of sage, and whatever this is, blop. And voila, you've got a magical stew that causes terrible night farts.
Awesome. Okay, Galdrin, he just demanded 5 more minutes and farted near you. Doesn't smell very good either.
Oh, come on, man.
Fine, I'll get up.
Right, Jajaray is still out cold.
I don't know how. It's pretty. I just changed the temperature in here.
You see her shift uncomfortably. You think you probably caused a bad dream with that. But she doesn't awaken.
All right, so I'll head out and start my watch.
Okay.
Enjoy the Dutch oven.
All right, Stainer, go ahead and give me a look check. A couple hours go by. Just steady rain.
Wait, is my look 4 or 5? Oh,
That's a good
it's
question.
8. Way off.
You have a dang good look check.
Yeah, but then I do that.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? It was the gas. It even distracted you, man.
Yeah, I see.
All right.
Once I got out of it and I was out in the hallway where there's fresh air and I walked past the door, I'm like, God damn, someone die in there?
Okay. You do not notice anything. All appears quiet and well, and absolutely no disturbances whatsoever. You finish your watch. Are you going to wake up Jajaray?
I will.
Okay. Go and shake Jajaray. Oh, fine. Give me a minute. It definitely takes her about 5 minutes to really wake up. And then she starts smell. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Ugh.
I think there's something wrong with your dog.
Oh, Growljaw. Growljaw, why did you do? All right, I'm stepping out. All right, you guys can crash. She decides to just go go ahead and shut the door and do her watch inside the room, although she opens a window to clear things out a little bit, which fortunately works quickly. She opens this one and this one to get a cross breeze,
Yeah.
and it works like a charm. And yeah, everything smells good again. She shuts the windows, latches them, and assumes her post. I will make a look check for Jajare. She also has a good look check. You know what? Something about just the beautiful, sleepy nature of a cozy fire on a rainy day. You just nothing jumps out at Josh or Ray either. So the hours tick by, and slowly, very slowly, given the gray clouds, light begins to appear in the east. And Jajaray wakes you both up, although you're already starting to grog up on your own. And the rain is now just a drizzle at most.
Morning, everybody.
Growljaw whines, stands up, stretches a bit.
I'll go let him out for his morning shit.
All right.
And then I'll go have my morning shit right behind him.
Okay. Safety in numbers, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right, Galdrin, are you staying inside? Or are you?
I think I'll stay inside, but I will get out of this room.
Okay. You and Jajaray are still in the main area. Stainer, you go out there and do your business with Growljaw. Growljaw heads over. All right. Growljaw just he has the decency to step off the main path, but he's right next to it, does his business there. Yeah. Looks around a bit and watches you and waits for you.
Don't stare at me. You know I can't finish if you're staring at me.
He continues staring at you.
God damn it. All right. I'm done.
Okay.
Back in the house.
All right. Growljaw
proceeds to roll around in it and do dog things.
follows you back inside. All right, it's very, very early morning, but the clouds are breaking in the east. So it is lighter, and the rain at this point is barely even a sprinkle. It's the tiniest droplets imaginable.
All right, so to treasure then.
Yep.
Looks like whoever
Oh,
visited
and-
us last night didn't come back.
And Stainer, you are fully recharged of Numa now.
Nice.
Thanks to you putting 1 point in Glint, you have quite a bit in your arsenal.
I do.
The rain stops entirely, and as the minutes pass, and you're seeing strips of blue slowly appear through the windows.
All right. Well, the day's not getting any younger. Should we set off?
Okay. You guys head out, back down paths you now know well, and you soon find yourselves. Was there anything did you want to head straight back to the cave? Were you going to try to stop anywhere else?
Can't think of anywhere else I would have wanted to go.
Not really, no.
Okay.
But
All right, let me go ahead and
we'll
drag
take this
you.
nice and slow, right? When we get here.
All right. Once again, you are in areas you've trodden before. And even though the map shows it very foggy, it's not this foggy. It's pretty clear. It's actually a bright morning. And yeah, there's a little bit of mist in some low-lying areas, but for the most part, it's just a beautiful coastal morning, but there's a lot of water dripping off the plants. You know that to get back to both your dinghy, the rowboat, as well as the cave, you would have to head west through the forest here.
Right, because I brought us all east as we could go.
Go ahead and give me look checks again. I'll roll for Jajaray. Jajaray suddenly tenses, stands with her glaive at the
Oh
ready.
god, I did it again.
Stainer, you are focused on. You're thinking of Gumbo. Understandably, I mean that was some good stuff. Galdrin, you also you hear something in the forest. It's a movement in the trees, almost like a wind, but there's barely even a breeze, not even a hint of it. It was just a whoosh through some rain, and it was off this direction, but it seemed to be a ways away. But Jajaray heard it as well and is at the ready.
There's something lurking in these woods.
Growljaw has also tensed and is looking west.
I mean, I don't see anything.
Oh, and Stainer, I forgot to mention your visions and the extra long arcane omen you would experience. Those have completely faded.
Yeah, yeah. They
As
did last session,
as
I thought.
okay, excellent. Yeah, it's totally done. Cool.
So, that's the direction we've got to go, right? So, how do you want to move forward, or do you want to go back?
Maybe move just a bit sneakily.
I'll do my best.
All right. Jajaray will. Didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to double you all up. Jajaray is going to attempt to sneak using her lurk check on 22. She is not burning Numa.
Oof. I am not a lurky kind of guy,
Lurky, lurk.
but I
Let's
will
see.
try.
I'm going to spend a Numa to do improved. Let's see. And then that's +7.
All right. Nice job, y'all. Okay, you begin sneaking along the path. West is your direction if you choose to stick with your current course. You think you're being as quiet as possible.
Say I'm crouched down. I know we're on the path, but I'm staying as close to the edge of like the hedges or whatever defining forestry is along the path.
Okay.
Trying to be as big and quiet as possible.
Okay. You move as quietly as you can. And the hours pass and it starts to approach noon. You are still moving carefully and cautiously, and you reach the point in the path that heads up towards where you can see to the north of you the reddish forest.
Okay, we're getting close. Now, did we see any signs of whatever was back there?
You haven't seen anything else at this point, though you are very much on guard. And you do hear noises every once in a while, But when you investigate or stop to look, you see some deer, maybe a wolf running, but it's nothing that would have caused that sort of wind in the trees. But you all have a feeling of being watched. You're not sure if it's legitimate or if it's just paranoia.
Are there Sasquatches in the Barrowmere?
Not that you've heard of, but you could make if you have Nylor, you could make just such a check.
Do I have Nylor?
Are you talking about Big Toe?
Yeah, the big toes. I do have a decent Nylor.
Okay. Worth a shot. Galdrin, do you have any training in Nylor?
I do.
Okay.
Let's see.
Okay. Cool, Stainer. Galdrin comes up with, you guys can put your heads together. All right. In talking about it, you have heard of large ape-like creatures, possibly relatives of Yetis that live in lower elevations, but you've never heard of them on these islands. But then again, you are new here to this area, but it wasn't something you heard around town. It didn't seem to be on anyone's mind, and there were plenty of people in town who go out into the woods for various reasons. So it's not a prominent legend.
See, I heard they're migrating this direction. There's a whole
Whole
pin-up
bunch of
chat
them?
board. There's a whole pin-up chat board about known sightings.
Are you guys going to head north towards the red-leafed forest?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
This is just the walking, talking happening.
That's some good conversation. As you're moving slowly, quite a while later, you are on a familiar path.
All right, so what do we know about this place? There's all the spiders, but we burnt down most of the webbing.
And the cave with teeth.
Right, so we have to. Well, maybe it won't try to bite us in half when we're going in. It's just like maybe it's just like a big gulp.
Maybe.
Like we'll go in and we'll just hear a big old echoing. Goop.
Go ahead and give me look checks again.
There we go.
Okay, nice, Stainer. Check Josh arrays again. All right. Eldrin, you are also on the alert. Stainer, you and Jajaray, look up ahead, and right about here, you think you notice what looks like a bunch of sticks in the bushes, kind of hanging from the tree. And then it occurs to you, oh my gosh, that looks like spider legs. But it's not a living arachnid. It's almost like an arachnid got torn to pieces, but you do not remember killing a spider there. Aldrin, did you want to make a look check?
I did.
Yeah, you got a 17.
Oh, that was yours. I'm sorry. I missed that. Sorry, I didn't see that. Okay, yeah, you didn't notice this. All right. My apologies. Okay, you are looking at the remains of looks like at least 2 spiders got torn to pieces by something.
I mean, we did do a whole lot of killing. I guess it could be one of ours, but I don't remember necessarily unaliving any spiders this far down the path.
No, that was all the way down the path.
More towards the entrance.
Yes.
Odd. Nobody better came in and got all of our treasure, or I'm gonna be pissed. And I blame you, Jaja.
I was keeping us alive, thank you.
And speak of the devil, she just pulled in the driveway.
Excellent. All right, Stainer, now that you've proceeded up that far, it's kind of odd, but it almost looks like I mean, you remember you guys had put your torches to the webbing and gotten rid of the spiders and chased them off and obviously destroyed Fell Fangs in the forest, but it's almost like someone has tidied up. There are lots of all the bits of forest, flotsam and jetsam you'd expect around in underneath the trees, just fallen branches, that sort of thing, leaves. But the pathway, especially right there, these stairs, they looked very well kept, and all of the webs are gone. You remember burning them, but
Yeah.
you didn't burn all of them. And it seems like they've been cleared away very, very carefully.
I'm not sure I like this. There was a lot of treasure in there. Someone is obviously making this place their own.
Ray is on guard again with snap sling at the ready and glaive in one hand. Galdrin, you were having similar thoughts where you are. You just something about it just doesn't look right in the tidied up sort of way.
Well, I'm going in there to get what's mine.
Well, you go first.
Growljaw is following as loyally as you would expect. Okay, Stainer, Jazare is mentioning that she doesn't consider this the wisest idea, but I agree it would be nice to get the treasure after we fought a whole dragon. Stainer, when you get up there, you can see that all of these webs are gone, leading right into the entrance of the cave. Even some rocks have been placed to look natural.
They've even started to redecorate.
Most definitely. It has a beautiful look to it. It's still a natural look. If you weren't really keeping an eye out for it, and if you hadn't been there previously, you would think, oh, yeah, those are just natural looking bits of rock formations where stones fell down here and there. But as you stare at them, you're thinking, no, they have been placed very carefully, even in odd numbers sometimes, just to follow decorating principles, since 3s and 5s look better than 4s and 2s. Growljaw is not wagging his tail. He has tensed. He growls a little bit. He sniffs the air. You're obviously not sure what he's smelling. He's not in full fight or flight, but the hairs on his back are standing up.
Before we go down, I will go ahead and spend a Numa and ignite my light on my chest.
Okay. Arcane Radiance. What are you going to make it look like this time, Stainer?
This time it's about the brightness of a torch.
Okay. All right. You doing it on the seashell again?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You have a torch-lit seashell.
And I'll start moving in.
What color are you going to make it?
It'll be a whitish light.
Okay. All right. It shines brightly. Now, it is just past noon at this point, or probably approaching 1 o'clock-ish. It's bright out. The clouds have thinned considerably, and yet, as you're approaching the cave entrance, it's as if the lighting in the area suddenly dims a bit. There's no smoke, there's no fog, nothing that could account for, and nothing, certainly nothing is blocking the sunlight, but it just feels slightly darker. It's very, very odd.
There's a weird aura in the air. But then
Hey,
I'll descend into the mouth of the cave.
Into
Okay.
the mouth of madness.
all right. Take you back somewhere very, very familiar. Get you all here. Growljaw comes in with you.
Oh, you came in.
Stainer, you are in the lead.
So first off, no mouth.
No mouth. Oh yes, that's an important point. The entrance is, it does not appear animated at all, and as you look at the rock, it just again feels different. Just kind of your spiritual spidey sense. You do not have anything that's would indicate to you that the mouth of it is animated. The stone door is wide open, and it feels less alive is the best way you could describe it. But at the same time, everything feels watchful.
All right. So we're gonna take.
You
this.
definitely have that sense of someone looking at you.
We're gonna take this really slow, and if any walls move, blast the shit out of it.
Yes.
Growljaw, you see him tensing again, and he looks back this direction. You hear a whooshing sound outside again. Just some of the trees briefly sway.
Mm.
Stainer, where you are on the stairs, it all seems deadly silent. Is that Jess coming in?
Yes.
Okay.
She got apprehended by the
All
kid
is-
first, though.
Mm-hmm. To be expected.
But I am going to. All right, guys, this way. I remember the way.
All right, it is very quiet. Growljaw backs down to this landing. And seems to be adopting a watchful posture where he can see in both directions. Again, all his doggy senses are on full alert. Meanwhile, as you step on the stairs, you can hear every single one of your footfalls, no matter how quietly you try to walk. But you are welcome to attempt to move quietly if you'd like to make more lurk checks.
So far, it seems fairly empty. I mean, we have pretty bright light, so
This is true.
I mean, they're gonna see us coming regardless.
Okay, Jajare is moving as stealthily as she can.
I'm also moving stealthy. So
Okay, Galdrin, you are also very quiet. Stainer, you are in front, and the light is illuminating. Once again, you see all the areas where there was reasonably well-hewn stone, just albeit cracked and in disrepair with age. And then you also see the areas where the stone had fallen through to the more natural looking cave. But a lot of these stones here look like they've been put in order and crushed down, as if to create, it immediately occurs to you, more stable footing.
This is not looking good. I'll head to it and peek in.
Okay. You peek in. Go ahead and give me a search check.
Okay, +4.
Okay, Stainer, as you are looking around the room, which you remember all too well, you do notice that on some of these stones right here, just down at the bottom in the more rough hewn area, a few of them have been, you remember, because these were, in many cases, brick like stones that had been used as part of the construction, as part of load bearing walls. They have been broken.
Like something heavy's come through here.
Yes. It would take something with a lot of body weight to crush that.
Find something?
No, just more. Looks like we've gotten someone's been here ahead of us.
You also notice, Stainer, as you are looking at the crushed bricks, you feel a breeze coming from this direction. And you remember last time when you had explored it, the cave dead ended. However, with your light, your arcane radiance extending out to here and chasing away the shadows, you think you see, it looks like maybe some daylight coming from up there.
I'll start off that way. This
Up in
room.
the upper right. Yes, exactly. All right. As you step there, it becomes very, very clear. You are looking roughly northeast at that point, but you can see a blue sky and bits of cloud through a hole that is, you don't have a good angle on it. It's only partial, but you think that there's a very good sized exit or entrance, as the case may be. But it has to have been made very recently because it was not there last time you were here.
So, new developments, I'll holler back.
What'd you find?
A new entrance or exit. Probably more so exit, and my treasure is not in here.
This area was this was where you had seen the treasure scattered about. It seems to be gone.
I'm not very happy about this, you guys. Anyhow, I'll head up towards the end, towards the opening.
Okay. You head up towards the opening, and when you climb up to the top of it, you see that the earth has been pressed down, seemingly very, very carefully. Uh, with your, I'm just going to let you keep your search check. You do notice what looks like maybe some sort of heavy prints, but they're very difficult to discern because sticks have been laid across them in the muddiest part, so that the nature of the prints is disguised. So it looks like something took bits of fallen trees or maybe deliberately ripped off branches and used them on the floor of the cave. And although you can definitely see the compression, you cannot discern the shape of the feet.
I'm assuming?
Yes, you think that something very heavy has been trampling in this area.
So, whatever it is, I mean, it's trying to hide its tracks. It looks like, although we can't discern the footprint, it is still leaving somewhat of a trail, it seems.
Go ahead and give me look checks again. Nice, Stainer.
Natural 30.
Okay. Galdrin, something got your attention. You're just looking at the bricks, maybe the crushed things, crushed stones that Stainer had found. So you definitely did not know, unless you want to burn Numa on a reroll. Stainer, you and Jaja Ray, you hear some kind of, it's almost like a wind blowing down in this direction. So lower end of the map here, there's a and a bit of a scraping sound.
Do you guys hear that? That's probably what's got our treasure.
Well, shall we go get our treasure?
We shall.
Suddenly, a voice echoes off the stonework. Does any of you speak Chimera?
Chimera? Ooh.
Chimera.
Yes.
I do.
Okay. Welcome to my domain. That's what you hear, Galdrin. Stainer, you and Jaja Ray hear something to the tune of Naskas Yingwa.
Whose domain might this be?
My name is. I'm going to whisper this to you, Gil. And who are you? It's a complicated name.
Okay, Mr. I ain't gonna even try to repeat that. I am Galdrin. These are my companions. Yeah, we came here because last time we were here, we saw some treasure.
Oh, you mean my treasure?
No, it belonged to a disgusting creature that we got rid of. So we are the actual rightful owners.
What might you be?
I am the correct owner because the creature you destroyed took it from me.
I see. I see.
Do you believe in? And now the creature is speaking common. Do you believe in finders, keepers, losers, weepers?
To a certain extent.
Unless it's involving what's mine.
I like your style. I have a similar mindset. But I'm afraid this treasure is mine. The last words suddenly seem to come from this direction, behind you, towards the upper right.
I challenge you to a Great Barrowmere cook-off.
Barrowmere cook-off. Sounds delicious. What are you cooking?
Well, I can't tell you that. That's a secret. What are you cooking?
Hmm. I'll have to think about it.
And
Go ahead and
we'll
give
have Jaja and Galdrin be the judges.
unbiased, of course.
Of course.
Go ahead
of
and
course.
go ahead and give me a heed check.
Ooh.
All of you who are listening in on this conversation. What shall I cook? What shall I cook?
Seed. Seed. Read.
Oh,
All right,
that's
Judge
nice.
Ray. All right. All right, let me see here. 12. All right. Let me roll. That was for Jaja Ray. That roll up there. Okay. All right. Galdrin, you and Jaja Ray, you feel like you and Stainer really have command of this conversation. However, Stainer, something tells you. I'm just going to whisper this to you.
Let's see. Well,
Stainer,
if you really must know what my secret ingredient is.
Stainer, I'm going to let you and this creature act in the first round. Jaja Ray and Galdrin will be going right after this happens. And besides, they're not really in the direct line of what's about to happen here. So I'm just going to change layer. All right. See if I can find the turn order. We will add turns for all of you. Let me. Yeah. That's. Looks like I just pulled the prior information. Right. And we'll add a turn for our friend here. All right, Stainer, feel free to give me a hasten check. You can tell this creature has decided that talking time is over.
Okay, so could I have been starting a ritual while I was kind of starting to intimidate this thing? Or not intimidate, but talk smack to?
If you'd wanted to, sure. Which
Well,
ritual
I
were you
think
working
I'm
on?
going to try my new special ability out once Zaja gets in here, which would be my skill surge, if I'm getting
Okay.
this correctly. So that'll be 2 Numa spent.
Stainer, I'll actually let you have performed the ritual because it takes a minute.
Oh, okay.
But I'll just assume that as you were approaching the cave, you were working on it as part of your preparation.
Gotcha.
And Galdrin and Jaja Ray, I believe you also actually took skill surge. So there's, if you wanted to have done
Oh,
that,
they took it as well?
yes. But I can easily switch that out. But Stainer,
No,
you're
I'll
invoking it.
actually after this, yeah, I'll evoke it now. But after this one,
And
I'll
it
swap it out. I
stacks.
had
You
something
can
else. Oh,
Okay,
it
because
does?
you can actually stack it. Yes, so that's not a problem. So you can all use it, no problem. So that is a non-issue. There is nothing detrimental about all three of you having that power. It's an excellent power. So yes, you invoking it is well worth it.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna do that. So what that
Okay.
does for you guys is you both will get bonuses to, is it
So it'll be based off your highest root trait score of smart, wise, and glint, which I think is wise in your case, +1. So you just created a floating pool of +6 that you can divide. You can give it all partially to yourself. You can take +5 of it and give +1 to one of your comrades, or give, say, a +3 to Galdrin and a +3 to Jajaray, and keep none for yourself, but they can use it on life skills as needed.
Okay, cool.
Or you.
I'm gonna just keep one for myself and give them 3. So I have 6.
Yes.
I'll give them each 3.
Okay, but in doing the one for yourself, that leaves you with 5. So you'd have to do 2 to 1 and 3 to 2.
No, I won't leave one. I won't take one for myself.
Okay, cool. Then Jajaray and Galdrin, anytime you now have a floating pool of +3 that you can throw onto any life skill roll that you want.
All right.
Yes, and if you ever want to burn 2 Numa, you can do the same. If you don't want that power, we could switch it out for something like Arcane Shroud Bright or something else. So you just let me know what you prefer. But this does stack, so you could literally all create floating skill pools for each other, and partially for yourselves, so that in a desperate situation when you need to make that look or that lurk check, you can just apply the bonus, and you can apply it after you see the roll and decide, is it worth it to throw? And you can split it up. So you have your floating pool of +3. You can say, yeah, I'm going to burn 2 of this on said lurk roll because I know it's going to put me over the top. And I'll save that +1 for some other time. You can do that sort of thing. So it's a very fun and useful power. But Stainer just gave you and Jajaray a floating +3.
Hell yeah.
And Stainer, I'm going to assume you still have your turn, that you completed this ritual as you were approaching the cave.
Cool.
So feel free to give me your hasten check. Dark Rip Terrasp is on 22.
So +6.
You have a much better modifier than your opponent.
He still goes first.
Okay. All right. And Galdrin, feel free to give me your hasten check. You won't act in this turn, but you will next. And as soon as Jaja is in here, we'll have her make the roll, or maybe I'll just make it for her.
All right.
Okay, gotcha. Welcome, Jaja Ray. All right, Gil. Eldrin is on 15. All right, Stainer. Where you are, you suddenly see the head of, it looks like a bluish white dragon, come around the corner, and it breathes on you. But you think you see another couple of heads in there on the with your arcane radiance. It breathes wind at you, and it is going after your fettle defense. So let me know if this hits you. It's your fettle. And it is burning Numa on an improved roll.
Okay.
Does a 20 hit your fettle?
Does not.
Okay. The wind goes racing across you, but you resist it and prevent it from inflicting harm against you. As soon as that happens and the creature sees it did not hurt you, you hear, "Darn it," echo through the cave. Jaja Ray, as soon as you're ready, feel free to give me a hasten check. And Stainer, you are up for this surprise turn.
You see, that's a lovely breeze you're creating, but what I have on the menu for this evening is whatever the hells you are. And I will cast It's got a how high is the roof in this area?
Range is between 15 and 20 feet.
On the ceiling?
Yes.
Okay, so he's not flying very much if he can.
No.
All right, I'm going to spend 2 Numa.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to spend 3 Numa.
Okay.
And I'm going to entomb the Forsaken.
All right. Okay, what defense does that target?
Adjuvant.
Wow, Josh, all right. All right, 31.
It's mindful.
Welcome, Jess. Oops. All right, Stainer. All right, mindful. Okay, go ahead and yeah, make your strike roll. Actually, it looks like Tomb of the Forsaken is nimble.
You're right. I was reading Doom Nails.
Okay, gotcha. Cool. Go ahead and give me your strike roll. Okay, versus its nimble defense. Wow, you got it.
Oh.
Very close call, but you hit. Are you going to burn the Numa to make? Oh, I think you said you're burning 3 Numa, so you're going to make it persist as well.
Yep.
Okay, all right. I'm guessing you stack, since it's a wall, which you can shape however you want. I'm guessing you stack it over it somehow. Don't know if you're going to stack the zones between you and it as well, or try to stack.
So, basically, I'm gonna just set it up. It's just gonna sprout up. It's 1 by 1.
You got 7 cubes.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, I'm trying to like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm basically trying to corner him against the wall there.
Okay. You were able to do that. You definitely get the initial round of the attack, and he will start his turn in your Entomb the Forsaken. So you will get at least 1 more attack on him, thanks to said power. All right, go ahead and give me the harm for the initial assault.
Whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. It's 3 damage.
Okay. All right. Beautiful. And let's see what type of damage. Okay, that's rot damage. Excellent. And this creature is very much susceptible to rot. All right. You inflict 3 rot harm against Dark Rick Terrasp.
And I'm going to step back a hair.
Okay, you step back. The creature growls angrily. All right, now we're moving into normal turns. Jaja Ray, just to catch you up to speed, Jess, you are back in that cave looking for the treasure. And as you approach the cave, you all notice that, man, the spider webs have all been cleared away. It looks like some spiders got torn to pieces by something, and everything was put in neat order. And there were even some stones that were crushed down as if by something heavy and made more stable. And after some exploration of the cave, all the treasure had disappeared, and a conversation ensued with this charming creature down here. At first, only Galdrin could understand it because it was speaking Chimera, but then it switched to Common, and Stainer challenged it to a cook-off. And apparently, both sides in this conflict want the other to be on the menu. So it just breathed a bunch of wind across Stainer, but failed to hurt him. And Stainer retaliated with Entomb the Forsaken. And you are now up. And you can see the creature straight down below you. And I want to say that Jajare is fast enough to cover that distance. If I remember correctly.
She's wicked fast.
Yeah, I think she's stacked for that. Oh yeah, speed of 10. Okay, that would qualify as wicked fast. Is Jess able to hear me? I can't hear her back. I may have something on my end.
I can't hear Jess either. So
There you go.
Okay, sorry, my mic apparently is not working.
No sweat.
I'm trying to decide how close I want to get.
Uh-huh. And remember, with your glaive, you can stand at range 2 if you want to go point blank, but of course you have your lovely snap sling too.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do the snap sling to start with. So
Okay.
I'll move. Is that good?
Okay.
I'm still in range with that, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, you're in short range with your snap sling. So, yeah, easily. I think short range is 10 squares, so you could have remained where you are if you want. Or that works too. Feel free to give me a strike versus its nimble defense. Actually, 2 strikes, because I believe you have Weapon Cyclone.
Oh, yeah, I do.
And the second one is a half damage strike, but
Okay, so
you can whip those sling stones very quickly.
18.
Okay, unfortunately, that misses. The creature shifts, dodges the stone. Apparently heard you coming. Do you want to burn Numa on a reroll or just let it go?
I'll let that one go and go for my
Okay.
next. I can roll for a
Okay,
second.
this will be a half harm strike rounded up. Oh, and Jajare, you have a better view of this creature. I realize the icons show something slightly different, but it does have a draconic head. And then another head is a cougar. And then another head is a wild boar with big tusks.
That's fun.
It's going to be delicious.
All right. That hits it, no problem. Feel free to roll harm for me, Jajare.
So half of 10, so 5.
Okay, excellent. All right, it has a bit of resistant wreck, so that will go. All right, the sling bullet rips into it and takes off a chunk of it. The boar head looks at you and narrows its eyes. The cougar head is in the middle, and you think one of its eyes is on you and one of its eyes is on Stainer. Do you want to do anything else with your turn?
No. I'm gonna stay there.
Okay. All right, we are up to our pal Dark Rip Terror Rasp. And Stainer, before he does anything, he is starting his turn in Entomb the Forsaken. So go ahead and make another attack roll. That would hit. All right. Want to do improved harm or just roll the d6 and see what you get?
Just doing the d6 for now.
Okay. Okay.
5 damage.
Nice. Okay. All right. The creature howls in pain. Jajare, the boarhead, spits a loogie at you that lands on the stairs right here. However, it is going to charge our friend Stainer since it thinks it has better odds in the wider open area here. So, Stainer, it comes running right up to you. Leaps on this stone. All right, these will be against your nimble defense. And let me just check. Okay. 8, and it is going to burn the Numa on the improved. So it's a series of attacks. So it's Boar's Tusk, it's the Cougar Head, and the Dragon Bite. And then it rips at you with one of its claws as well. I'm guessing that will hit your nimble
That
defense.
one does.
Okay.
That one does.
Okay. Two hits. Does a
Ooh, that
21 hit?
one just hits,
Ah, okay.
and that one hits.
Okay, so remember you get to apply your resistant rec to each of these attacks.
Individual.
So, yes, individually. So, let me just check the amount of harm it inflicts here. All right. All right. The first one you completely eliminate. It cannot hurt you because that was the boar's tusk cannot do more than 6. So, I'm not even going to bother rolling that.
Cool.
Your armoring eliminates it. Okay, looks like 1 rec harm got through on that one. That was from the Cougar Bite. And this is from the Drake Bite. Okay, 8 minus 6. And then finally, the Claw, which was pretty nasty. All right, so subtract 6 from all of those, and that is the amount of rec harm you took.
So -5 damage.
Armor works well. All right, Dark Rip Terrasp is right on you, and you are up, Stainer.
Let's go ahead and
And you're welcome to move first and attack, or vice versa. Whatever you want to do, excuse me.
is this creature immortal?
It is not. So mortals refers to the 5 PC
Okay.
folks.
Lame.
Go ahead and give me either a Nylor or a Farlor check, whichever is higher.
I think it's my Nylor. Yeah, Nylor.
All right. Okay. Obviously, you're distracted by the fight, but it runs through your head. You're not quite sure what the implications are, but you think the draconic part of it is a sky drake.
Okay. I am gonna, since it's in within melee of me now, I'm gonna cast Dread Veils.
Okay.
Version 2.
Okay. Or did you want to do version 1 because it's technically 1 target?
Yeah, 1. Okay, yeah. Didn't know if I
Alright.
needed to target all 3 heads or not.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, it's all one creature.
Okay,
So
yeah, version 1. I'll spend the Numa to bump
Okay.
her up.
and that targets its mindful. Mindful defense is a 26 for your target.
Okay.
You gonna do an improved strike or just roll the d30?
Oh, I'm gonna improve that. Golly. I'll spend the other Numa to reroll that shiz.
Okay, and don't forget there's a 10 base on that.
10.
Yeah.
So 1d30 plus 10 plus 6.
Or 1d20 plus, so 10 plus 1d20, so 1d20 plus 16.
Okay.
So 10 and above, and you hit this thing. Hopefully, roll 20 will be kinder to you. Here goes the third one.
22.
Doggone it. Okay, unfortunately, that does not hit its 26 defense. Do you want to burn another new one? Do you want to burn another
Yes, I will. So I need to get. Let me get.
Okay.
So I'm down. That's 5 more I've just spent. Holy crap. There we go. Natural 20 for 30.
Okay, that would be a crit. All right. So with the feel, so you max out your normal Dread Veils damage. So that D8 is just maxed out in 8 plus your harm mod.
Mhm.
And then you get to roll another D4. Actually, 2d4. This is a single target. So, and if you roll any 4s, you get a damage avalanche. Yep.
So he's already taking 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 just off the rip. Plus.
Yep. Okay, I see a 4, so feel free to re-roll that 4. Okay, and re-roll that one. Wow. This is going to be a brutal hit.
Get out of here.
Okay, go ahead again. Man, yeah, those ones. Okay.
So 12
Wow.
plus 12, 24 damage.
Dang. All right. Yeah.
That
Actually, I think that's
awesome.
I think that's 28 actually. You had 12, then you had a 7, and then 4, 4, 1.
Oh, you're right. I skipped over that 7.
All right. Now, as a Sky Drake, he had some resistance to Gleam, but not that much. So, wow. All right. You just put a hurt on him. He howls in pain. Are you going to burn the Numa on the persistent? Dreadful.
Why not? So I'm down to 6 Numa.
Okay. All right. You will have one more Dread Veil's attack on him when he starts his next turn. Nice job. Are you going to take a step back at all or stay where you are?
Yeah, well, I'm at least going to move to the other side of the boulder.
Okay. All right. You step there, you take your stride walk of 1 square, and you do not provoke any type of combat advantage. Galdrin, you are up. You were looking in horror as Dark Rip Terrasp ran right up to Stainer and lit into him, but now, wow, that was you've never seen a Dread Veils that bright. That's hurting your eyes. So
He took
that was a heck of a
my gold.
What would you like to do, Galdrin?
Can I see him from here?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so I'm gonna arcane lightning ray.
Okay. And actually, you give me, do you have training in Nylor?
I do.
Go ahead and give me a Nylor roll.
Nylor.
9.
999, warte auf mich, warte auf
I
mich.
know nothing.
Okay, all right. You also have the impression that this is the draconic part is a sky drake, but it doesn't. The implications don't quite click with you. So go ahead and give me your lightning ray.
All right, let's see.
His nimble defense is 23.
Dang it.
Okay, are you going to burn on the reroll?
Yeah,
You do have the Numa to burn, if I remember right.
there we go.
Okay, yes, that will hit. Go ahead and roll harm unless you want to burn a Numa on improved harm.
Let's see. I'll risk it for the biscuit. Let's see.
Okay. Okay. All right. He also has some resistant shock, but the lightning bolt does hurt him. He snarls at you as well. Jaja Ray, you are up.
Can I assume I can see over there, right?
So this wall actually blocks you.
Okay. So I need to
He is
move.
out of range, but the great news is you have a speed of, I think, 10, if I remember rightly. So you can get over there no problem if you want.
Let's see.
Depending on which direction you want to go. You do know that Stainer's Entomb the Forsaken is still lurking around here. So if you went down, you would have to run through his power and it would attack you.
Okay. So, I don't
So
move
the
that.
only safe way would be up by Galdrin.
So each square is how much?
Oh, that's 5 feet, but that speed is 10 squares.
Okay.
So yeah, you make it. I think you can make it over there. Certainly, certainly close enough to throw a sling. Probably to use your glaive if you want.
I'm gonna go here. I think I counted that out properly.
Okay, you are right there. All right.
And I'm going to
Cool.
trauma sling again.
All right. Go ahead and give me 2 strike rolls. Its nimble defense is 23.
Oof. Okay. Yep.
Okay, you're gonna burn Numa on the reroll.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, that'll hit, and then your second strike as well. All right, 2 hits. So feel free to roll harm unless you want to burn Numa on improved.
Okay, so remind me if I do that, then
So with your snap sling, you would just, if you burn the 1 Numa, you would just take the improved number, which is 7 on a D10. So you would do 7 plus 5. So your first one would do a flat 12 with no roll. And your second one would do half a 12, so 6. So you would do a 12 and a 6 strike if you burn 1 Numa on improved harm. Or you can roll the D10 for both and play press your luck.
I'll burn the Numa.
Okay. All right. You rip into him, and again, some of the resist impact takes effect, but that hurt. And okay, wow, good old Dark Rip Terrasp is definitely impaired and close to traumatized. But, Stainer, you did burn that one Numa, so you get to attack him with your lovely Dreadveils again.
Yes, I do.
And if you get another crit, then that could be lights out. But despite his gleam resistance, okay, that does not hit his mindful defense. Do you want to burn Numa on a reroll or let it go?
We'll let it go.
Okay. Dark Rip Terrasp is absolutely terrified and is well aware that he is in serious trouble. So he flies up to the ceiling. Stainer, he flies because of the tight quarters, he flies right over you. So go ahead and give me a strike with your heavy scepter, which you have out. It'll be a half-arm strike, but you can smack him as he flies over you, impromptu attack.
23.
On the nose. Okay, go ahead. Are you gonna burn Numa on? I mean, it's a half-arm strike. Or are you just gonna roll harm for your heavy
I'm
scepter?
just gonna do just the roll harm.
Okay.
So 1d10 plus 4.
All right. Okay. Nice. All right. There's
Right
again.
over the belly as he flies over the top of me.
All right. And we so that's a half harm strike, so it's 7. And again, his resistant wreck, but that is still very respectable. And yeah, he's not quite traumatized, but he's very close. He flies right here, and he is going to go after all of you. The draconic head breathes at you again. This will be against all of your fettle defenses. And he is absolutely burning Numa.
Why?
See, I can't imagine, considering he's getting his butt kicked and you're about to take his treasure. Possibly cook him to make gumbo.
He could
All
have
right.
just let me have my treasure, and now he's
He-
going to
he-
become a pile of turds.
Does that miss anyone's fettle defense? A 27.
Oof.
No.
Okay. All right. Yeah, he's just going to burn Numa on improved harm. So that is 14 rasp damage to all of you. Straight 14.
Let's see.
13 damage.
He's back there.
Eee.
Yeah, if you have any resistant rasp, be sure to apply it. He is expended his Numa. Actually, you know what? I forgot. He is impaired. So we subtract 3 off the harm he inflicts. So go ahead and call it a straight 11 rasp damage and apply your resistant rasp to that. So yeah, he's hurting for certain.
Okay, so how much actually?
So 11 rasp. And then subtract your resistant rasp if you have any. And then Stainer, you are up once you're done taking harm.
Good. Okay. I'm going to, since he's nice and far away, I'm going to hit him with some lightning.
Okay. Since Lightning Rod version 1 coming down.
Sure is.
Okay.
And we'll put it, I don't know, right here.
Okay. Are you going to burn on the persistent?
Yep.
Okay. That really is a nasty ability.
So, see if I hit him first.
This is true. Okay, let's see. What does Lightning Rod go after? Which defense does that target? Is that Fettle?
That's Fettle.
Okay, his Fettle defense is 25, so that's a miss. Do you want to burn on the reroll?
Yes. Can I burn
Okay.
2 and roll and bump it up?
Normally, you can only burn rerolls in the same way in what
Okay.
you use in
Then
the
I'll-
initial attack. But if you want to back up and say you didn't improved, again, we're still practicing the system, so I'll let you have done improved from the beginning if you want.
Okay, yeah. I would like to have. So I still would have spent the 2, right?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and charge you 2 Numa just because of
One
backing up and
for-
undo.
1 to make it the adjuvant.
Oh, one to make it.
1 to make it stay, and then the 1 to bump it up.
Okay, we'll go ahead and let you do the improved.
So 1d20 plus 10
Yep. Plus your strike mod.
plus 6. Ugh. Done.
Okay. Unfortunately, do you want to burn another Numa?
No, I don't.
Or okay, all right. The lightning goes off, but it remains. Oh, by the way, Stainer, he burnt Numa to cause his breath to smolder on you. So he did a similar, and this will apply to all of you. So this will be rasp harm that's inflicted on you at the start of your turn. So 6 rasp harm. Are you going to do anything else on your
5
turn?
rasp harm.
I mean, 5 rasp harm.
Am I doing what?
Are you going to do anything else on your turn?
Yeah, I want to move back over here and get out of his line of fire.
Okay. All right. You take a step. So you can move up to your full speed if you want because he's not at point blank and you will not provoke any sort of.
Then I'll just come back behind this boulder.
Okay. You step back there. Anything else on your turn?
No.
Okay. Galdrin, we are up to you. I'm going to roll that charming 1d6 for his persistent breath and 3 rasp minus any resistance you have. And it is-
All right.
And it is your turn.
I think I'm gonna.
You going to go up and hit him full martial arts, or are you going to launch another ray?
I got some blade stars. I haven't used that in a while.
Okay, all right.
See ya.
You can,
Do
like Jaja Ray, you have weapon cyclone, so you can throw 2 blade stars.
All right, I'll do that.
All right, and the second one will be half harm. His nimble is 23. Are you going to burn on improved?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
Let's see.
By the way, Jaja, it's actually your fault that we're here.
Considering we're in a cook-off, highly unlikely.
All right.
All right. Galdrin, that one hits, and your second blade star.
Let's see.
And this will also be an improved strike. Oh, on the nose. All right, both hits. Go ahead. And are you going to burn on improved harm or just roll?
No, I'll risk it for the biscuit.
All right. Feel free to give me 2 rolls. The second one will be cut in half, rounded up.
Risk it for the chimera biscuit. That's it.
Okay.
Oh.
13.
Wow. That is a brutal blade star.
The next one, I mean, will be halved, but
Yep.
let's see.
Okay. So half
bad.
rounded up. 5. Wow. All right. Dark Rip Terrasp is officially traumatized. Galdrin, are you going to do anything else on your turn?
Nope.
Okay. Jajare, I'm going to roll the charming 1d6 for that lovely smoldering breath. All right, that is 5 rasp harm minus any resistant rasp you have.
Ooh,
And
negative
it
minus
is you.
1, so I take 4.
Correct. Yep.
Sweet.
Cool.
The first time I've had resistance.
Yahoo. And you are up.
All right. Snap, sling it.
Okay. Once again, you have 2 strikes. And something tells me that Dark Rip Terrasp might not be long. Okay, that his nimble is 23. Do you want to burn on the reroll? Or do you want to, like Stainer said, hey, you'd prefer to have done an improved roll?
If I do the improved, then it's a D20, right?
Correct.
Plus
10 plus a d20 plus 6. Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. We'll go ahead and nullify that one and let you do the improved
So it's
for 1 Numa.
20 plus 10 plus 6.
Okay, that one hits. And feel free to roll a second strike, also improved.
Okay, I didn't know if that carried.
Okay, 2 hits. Second one will be half harm. Are you going to burn on improved or roll the dice?
I'll be unlike her and burn on improved. So I'll do.
What was that?
I'll do improved. I don't normally
Okay, you
burn
burn
my
another
Numas,
new.
so yeah.
All right. No,
Not burn at all.
all right. You burn it. There's no way he can survive, even with the resistant wreck. So thanks to you burning Numa. Let me just double check to make sure. Let's see. Yeah, with improved, that's 12 and then 6 minus. Yeah, there's Dark Rift Terrasp is officially dead. The creature collapses just as it was trying to make his escape and flops into the middle of the floor.
Ha ha! Excellent. Take what's mine.
Okay.
Is an excellent
You do not see any treasure on the creature. Are you going to, I don't know how badly you all are hurt. Are you going to do any healing? And I'm guessing you're going to go searching for treasure.
Guess I could spend a Numa and heal myself. Can you? Are they able to use those scrolls, or do I have to use them on them?
So you would have to use it to invoke, but you can, when you invoke it, you can choose to apply the power from the inscription to yourself or to the person you're healing.
Okay.
So it is
So
whoever gets struck by your healing ray.
how bad off are you guys?
I'm all right.
I assume I'm fine.
Health wise,
I didn't take any. I took like 4.
took 4 damage.
Yeah.
Jajare, you had also gotten hit by his initial breath weapon. So that was 10 rasp or 11 rasp. So that would have also had your -1. So you also, in addition to that 4, you would have taken another 10. So you were down 14.
Okay.
But yes, your resistant rasp came in handy. Nice. That was a handy one for this fight.
Yeah, I should probably.
Okay, so I'll spend the. Damn, I'm low on Numa, but I'm gonna do it. I'll spend 2 and 2 more of my Basel encryptions. That puts me down to 3. And you're sure you're okay, Galdrin?
Yeah, I think I'm all right.
Or do you have any more of that?
I'll have to check. I know I have at least one, so I can use that on myself.
Jaja Ray has some scald salt balm.
Yeah. I can use that on myself.
And I'll do the one on myself. I'll spend.
All right. Jaja Ray, it looks to me like you have Apex Scald Salt Balm, so each one feels terrible, but will heal you of D12. Healing with it generally involves lots of screaming as you literally put salt in a wound, but it does the job.
Sweet. I'm good.
I really felt like a team there, you guys. But did you see how hard I kicked that thing's ass?
Hmm.
Feel free to, I know we're coming up on the end of the session, and feel free to give me search checks.
Search is lower than my look. Oh, okay.
Excellent. All right. Well, hey, at this point, you're so darn eager for that treasure, you got to have a nose for it. Galdrin, you too.
I mean, we've
See what
almost
Joshua-
died for it several times now.
This is very, very true. Let's see what Jaja Ray can come up with. Oh, and Stainer, don't forget to roll your, I think you were throwing Sanctified Rehabilitation on yourself.
Yes.
What I can come up with for what? I'm sorry.
Oh, a search check. Yep, sounds right to me. All right.
You didn't do slash roll. That was my roll.
That was your roll.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Where did I put that?
You just didn't write. You didn't do the slash.
Oh, son of a bitch.
My search was a 17.
Dang.
All right, Jaja Ray. Jaja Ray, you find some coins buried under a stone over here, but it's down in the lower right corner, but it's definitely not the lion's share. Galdrin, you go poking around and over
How
here
about
kind of
that?
central. Okay, nice. Good job.
I'll tell you that.
Good job, Stinger. All right, you gain back 17 grit. Galdrin, you go searching around over here, and even though the rubble is packed down, you discover with your excellent search check some more coins and a few artworks hidden underneath the rubble. in which case you were able to dig them out. Stainer, you help him, you go poking around, and Stainer, you end up here at this sword emblazoned sarcophagus here. And when you open the sarcophagus, it's empty, but after poking around, you believe there's a false bottom. And you are able to lift it up, and to your delight, you find more gold plus some items sitting in the bottom. You find little small round stone with a strange rune on it. You find a rope that has quite literally rattlesnake heads at both ends. You find some flute pipes, the pipes of Pan type, just a set of different length pipes. And you see a little floating, it's about the size of your fist, just a piece, just some mist.
Just
And
mist.
then it's just mist.
Okay.
And then it is literally floating midair. You also see 4 blocks of wood that have some sort of it's almost like they have veins in them. It looks like blood is literally flowing through the wood, but it's clearly inert. And then you see some ingots of various metal, 5 of them in total. And you have a feeling that these are precious metals, very precious metals, and that this creature hid them because it did not want them discovered.
You guys, I found it. I found it.
All right. Guys, I know it's end of session at this point, and that Gil, it's pretty late where you are. And Jaja Ray, we chatted. I know we chatted over the instant message, but also Tat and Gil are cool with, since it's difficult to make it on Wednesday nights. We're just going to play some impromptu adventures when we can in the future, and free up the slot for someone else. In the meantime, I believe I'm going to give you a list of treasure, and we will boost you all up another level, which will put you up to a new tier and give you some fun new abilities. You'll begin to explore a whole new tier of powers, and we'll just allow someone else to take this slot, and then whenever we can carve time for a fun one shot here and there, and maybe invite some other people, we'll do it.
All right.
Sounds good.
Or we can always just set up like the next set part of this campaign as the one shot, because like I said, I'm available.
Oh, excellent. And what we'll do,
But we can put it up as one shots and just throw a few. Just if we can come up with a couple pre-gen characters that anybody could drop in and out on.
absolutely. And yes, actually, that is my intention. We are going to continue with these characters. So yeah, we're going to level up and put you to use, and we can chip away as time goes by and eventually get you to 30th level. But it will be a continuation of this campaign, just with one shots. And we'll just assume that you all head back to the dinghy and sail back to town, and that's where you'll figure out what you want to do with your treasure, which we can discuss over Discord, and heal and go back up to the next level. And yeah, you will absolutely continue with these characters. Although, if any of you decide you want to switch characters, just let me know. And we'll have a couple other pre-gens of the same level available for anyone else who wants to jump into the campaign with you.
Okay. Yeah. And
Is that cool?
Yeah. And if things change, and then I'll be doing this till like mid-February, and then my Wednesdays will be back to normal. So.
Okay, excellent. That sounds great. And we will, let me just paste this in the chat. And I'll also just keep a record of the treasure, but
So when you say we'll go up a tier, does that mean I'm now surging?
that's correct. You'll be 10th level, which will automatically bump you to the surging tier. So if you want to check out in the rule book what you'll get for that, but I can just look real quick.
Oh, I'm already on it, bud.
Yeah, he's already there.
Okay, okay, you're all over it. Yeah, you get 2 powers, a life skill level, and a root trait point, and your maximum root trait score goes up to 6. So, yeah, have fun. You get to choose surging tier powers now, and there's some good stuff in there. And here's the treasure. I know that's a lot.
Oh,
We'll just assume that over the course of a couple days, you managed to use your handy pack dog because some of those artworks are very heavy and bulky.
oh,
But
I can
being
carry a metric buttload as well.
this is true. I think you're yeah, you do have a good carrying capacity. So yes, you are able to identify, use magic sensing, and to identify the magic items, and you have some really good special materials to potentially make, for example, the scepter and the chain rod that Galdrin, that you two, Stainer, you and Galdrin use for both magic and hitting things, as well as some metals that would be good for anyone who uses a metal weapon. Jaja Ray, I'm thinking of you, but also Galdrin and Stainer. I forget if you have any metal weapon backup, but we can go over that on Discord and just look forward to the next adventure whenever we're able to carve time.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Right,
This has been
right
a
on.
lot
Well,
of fun. And dude, these treasures sound awesome. Rope of
right on. If you feel free to check out chapter 7 for the heartwood, cold iron, night bronze, and argent brass, as well as just steel. This is high grade steel. It's better than iron.
Okay.
And then as far as the star orb, rope of snaking, the instrument, you're not sure what it is. Even your magic sensing isn't able to discern it. But the maze mist, you can look all those up in chapter 9.
Okay.
And in chapter 9, if you want to pay some clergy to enchant weapons, you can imbue them with enchantments. So we can discuss if you want to make new conduits, weapons, possibly have them magically enchanted if you want to spend your cash, and kit you guys out.
Fun.
Awesome. Hey, glad you're having fun. Thanks a ton for playing, and I will look forward to the next adventure.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Right on. Thank you.
Thank you.
And,
Bye.
Oh shoot, I've been recording this whole time. I
wondering,
forgot.
like, did you end the stream?
Hey, you know what? There's nothing wrong with recording people going over loot. That is quality gaming right there. So
So
that should definitely be
even with all just the banter back and forth, it's about 2 hours and 8 minutes long.
beautiful.
Nice.